Ken from PyroWorks.us. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about our MR series systems today. What you're looking at is our most basic and simple system. It's the MR1. Consists of one of our MR receivers and one of our one-button long-range remote. One-button remote, as well as the 12-button remotes that come in the other systems, are FCC certified. So, just to give you a quick look at the others. This is our MR6 system. On the inside, it's a tray that has 6 of the MR receivers in it and one of the 12-button long-range remotes. Very similarly so, the MR8 has a similar tray inside with the same remote and 8 receivers. And then our largest package system is the MR12. On the inside it has, as you might guess, 12 of our MR receivers and 12-button remote. We also sell a 24 and a 36Q system in this model. It's either 24 or 36 of the receivers in a metal case, and then of course the 24 or 36Q transmitter. Also, the MR series are compatible with our new 1200Q long-range remote. We'll discuss the 1200Q remote in another video. Okay, to demonstrate, I've got one receiver out of one of our MR8 systems and the 12-button remote. On the back of the receiver, you'll note a battery door and a very small hole next to it that we'll discuss later. And then on the remote, 12 buttons numbered 1 through 12, and on-off switch on the side. Okay, now I've installed 4 AA batteries into the MR receiver and 1 standard 9-volt battery into the 12-button remote. So now I'm going to turn on the MR receiver, and you'll note that both the red and the yellow lights come on. And when I turn on the remote, nothing actually happens until I press a button, and then you get a signal light. Okay, so programming, very, very simple process. Involves this little hole that we discussed just a minute ago. It's on the back of the unit. You'll need to turn both the receiver and transmitter on, and then taking a small tool like a toothpick, and in this case I have a small Torx screwdriver that I'm going to use. But all you need to do is stick your little instrument into the small hole, and you'll feel a small button. Sometimes you have to move around a little bit until you find it. But once you've found the small button, press and hold, and then we're going to use number 5. Then press and hold the button on the transmitter that you want to correspond, release the button on the receiver and release the button on the transmitter. Now you'll notice that the receiver will respond to button number 5 on the transmitter. Now you could move this receiver to any button on this transmitter, and of course when you get a 6Q system, it's going to come pre-programmed for buttons 1 through 6. You can add these individual receivers at a later time to fill out the 12 buttons. Of course, if you buy an 8Q remote, you're going to get 8, and same story. And then of course with the 12, each button is already corresponding to one receiver. Now you can put more than one receiver on each button. So if you have 2 sides of one front that you want to light simultaneously, you can program 2 receivers to the same cue or the same button, and when you press that button, both sides will go off, and say you got a front of comments on either side, etc. Well, let's see how it works. As you can see, I've installed a Talon in our receiver that we've been testing with. You can see now that the red light is extinguished and only the yellow light is on. That is your continuity check for the MR system. And if you'll remember earlier, we programmed this receiver to button number 5 on the remote. So what I'd like to do is just take the cap off this Talon, expose the little element, and just stick it right there so that we can see it. And I'll zoom up a little bit tighter on it. I think we can see it just fine now. And I'll press button number 5. 3, 2, 1, fire. Okay, hopefully you can see that the Talon did its job. Red light is back on, meaning that the filament burnt through, and that's basically the nuts and bolts of how it works. Once they're programmed, they're set and ready to go. They have a standby of about 8 hours in the field. I turned them on right before I was ready to do the show, and that'll save your batteries, and they'll be good and hot for your show. Okay, so I'd just like to wrap up. Let you know that the MR systems are compatible and can be intermixed with our SR systems. You can use the SR system, say on buttons 1 through 4, and then put your MR systems on the remaining buttons, or piggyback, or just however you'd like to do it. So that's it for this. I thank you for joining me today, taking your time to watch the video. Hope you'll come and visit us at www.pyroworks.us. Thanks. Bye.